Um, Let me start off by saying thank you, God. I just heard the perps next door. Um, I couldn't live. I couldn't imagine living life as humiliating they live. Such a degrading life. They become human clowns, and it's pathetic. Um, and I know why. It's because they compromise. They're supposed to make me accept these storylines, and because they've been so compromised, and even using their children in such a foul way that you hear them doing everything possible to stay in character. It's called method acting. It's when you really try to make yourself believe a false reality, and then you're trying to act accordingly. Because what's happening is, I'm being told I'm being framed, right? And listen, first of all, framing on its own is disgusting. But what makes it even more disgusting is they're using their kids to frame me. Now, as a parent, if you respect yourself and if you respect your children, you will never utilize your child to be framing somebody. So you understand how the level of trashiness these people are? They talk about how I'm going to be broomed and do that. I'm like, I'd rather get broomed than grooming my child to frame people. I know it's going to be horrible, but I'm so thankful to God that this is not a life I could live. Thank you, God. They were making noise campaign and all that. I'm like, Jesus, this is so bad. This is how bad it is. When you look at yourself as an adult grown man or woman and you have to play this level of clown, don't you feel embarrassed? I pray that they continue to live this degrading life. To me, it doesn't faze me. It's like, oh, you just trash. Look at you. This life of trash. Whatever torture I'm going to go through, they want the worst torture so they can forget how retarded they made themselves be. You know, I was listening to this man talking about when he was 14 years old, he was with like a 34-year-old woman, which was crazy, right? And right now, they're framing me with some kids of that age. I don't know. They keep saying, I'm 13 years old, I'm 14. Like, one thing they do with me, right? They tell me how they're going to frame me. And to stay in character, every once in a while, I'm in my apartment, and I hear somebody comes up, I'm only 13 years old. And then she slams back the door and goes back. And so what that let me know is maybe they're having this like conversations and things like that to make it look like I'm interacting with this child. But to stay in character, they stay in character and like, no, I'm just like, they really, I don't know if it's going to help them with the performance, with this method acting, but they stay in character. And everybody asks, oh my God, you're going to pay our jazz. I'm like, Jesus, first of all, you have your kids doing these things. Look how embarrassing it is. You're out here training this kid to do these things. So I'm like, go ahead, it's fair. What do you think the future is going to be to this child? They are so method acting, like oh my gosh, she's so brave. I'm like, they are saying that this kid that's going to be you're going to be used to be framing me, is brave. To keep her in character is so magical. They are orchestrating these things, and to give her this like, oh, you're just a brave person for surviving this. Like, they really want her to like stay in character. I'm like, trash, do your thing. Watch how magical I'm going to be. There's no way this kid is going to grow up to be normal. It's for sure. It's doomed. She's done in one way or another. I was doomed a long time ago. You're as a parent, as a father, as a brother, as a guardian, to have your kids doing that to your brother is so sad. So do your thing. Do your nasty things. I pray that she continues to live this life. For me, I'm not nervous. I just look forward to seeing this person. For me to see, like, really, this kid is done. I know. To have a parent that's just so compromised that she wants to stay in character. It's like, oh my gosh, you got burned. I was like, oh, please do this. Please. Look how trashy life is. This is what life is. You could be living any life. You choose to do this to your kids too. I pray that you continue to live this disgusting life. Whatever frame they're going to do, whatever things they're orchestrating, however things they made it look like, I'll reassure you, target individual, there's no way people doing this kind of things to people, living this kind of life, live an honorable and dignified life, or live a good life, if anything. It's humiliating. And they work for this governmental entity with real issue with pedophilia. And so for me, I'm like, all of that. I was like, I'm so thankful. They keep talking about how they're trashing me. It's like, yes, but you are the trash. And I'm so thankful that I didn't have to live this trashy life. You know how this thing was created? This man, like I said, talk about how he was only 14 years old. He was with like a 34-year-old woman. That's crazy. And it's funny with me because they want me to imagine me being with a 14-year-old kid. Imaginations. It's disgusting. And they bring up the way they manipulate my perception of this the little nasty, this nothingness. They stay in character like if it's real, like they're in real, like it's a real, as if they are truly, it's a reality. They don't live a reality. The reality is that they're just trash human being. And it's pathetic. I'm so thankful that I didn't have to create this false reality and be like, it's not reality. Keep selling your kids. For me, it is draining, but it feels so good and so dignified to be able to express myself and sound such a wise man. It feels so good. When would I ever have this level of dignity again? Where I'm saying, you have parents using their children to frame me for this incentive they got out of it. I'm so thankful to God. This is things I have to say out loud. Target individual, we are test subjects, and these governmental entities are utilizing us as guinea pigs. They contract these civilians, right? These civilians get so compromised that they're even selling their kids to partake in this program. In some cases, in this extreme case, they even having their kids being used to frame me. At least that's what they let me know. Talk about like some kids say they're 13 years old, 14 to I know kids are already kids, but some of them are like mentally ill looking. Embarrassing. You've seen some of this. Oh, I'm like, just sad, pathetic trash. Go sell your kids. Watch the future of this kid. You know, look at this, 30 years old. Look at this kid when they had a look. 30. If they make that age. 30 is a young age. I'm saying these kids that are right now being groomed to do these things. But 30, something will be drastically bad with them if they make it to that age. 30 is a young age. I don't even think they think as far as that. It's like, okay. Can you imagine being a parent and don't even think that far in the future for your children? But you just think about right now the incentive you get out of it and compromise your child in this way? I'm not listening. I'm not a parent. But I can imagine me be training my 13-year-old kids. Like, hey, just say that they raped you, okay? He said that we're going to do this. We're going to set this up. Can you imagine? This is why I love speaking about that. These perps are so degrading to themselves. It's magical. And they try to be like, nah, I'm mad. Shut up. Yeah, go groom this child. Go tell. And she's like, you raped me. He's like, yes, good for you. Bright future. I pray that you continue to live life long like this. I'm going to be groomed, so your future is nice. Target individual, for me, this is a dignity that I'm so thankful that I got a chance to experience. I see trash who even sell their kids, who are here being groomed. It's like, now you raped me. It's like, yeah. You see? What do you think the future is going to be for that kid? Just guess. But 30 years old, what do you think it's going to be? Imagine you're 13, 14, you're out here just telling people, just try to use to frame people. Say, hey, this person raped me, just to frame them. Oh my gosh. So for me, it is. I should be like mad, like no, I was like, no, because I know what's happening to me already. I know that things are bad right now with me. I know. Even if torture is going to be implemented in a theatrical way, I know at this instant I'm not doing well. I've accepted that. So the rest is just like, this is time for me, an opportunity for me to feel dignified. And it's so nasty. And they play all mad and like, yeah, I was like trash ass. You've been exposed for what you're part of, what this program does to men and women and children, how you torture people, how you manipulate people, all of that. They try to bring up the way they made me perceive this little nothingness. I was like, okay, yeah, this is not, okay. Well, you can't even say Roy Moore. I was at a bar at one place, and I was forcing these people to say Roy Moore. You should see, like, oh my gosh, it's like this mystical name. A man that used to pick up kids as young as 14 years old. And now this trash who can't say Roy Moore out here using their 14-year-old kid to say that, to frame me. And I hear this kid say, you raped me. It's like, okay, good for you. Congrats. It's clowns. For me, to me, I'm looking at them as like, you're just a pathetic trash. Yes, we see a bright future. And they're like, no, you won't. So it's like, okay, yeah, for sure, you won't. You live a great life. They make me being a mystical prophet. To understand that, hey, you think a child that's only 13, 14 years old, at that age, saying things like somebody raped me just to frame them, will grow up to be a normal individual. Life is going to be good to them. What do you think? Just have an idea. I don't know. I think it's not going to be good. But I'm glad I'm able to say that and sound like a prophet. And the parents, oh my gosh, they're talking about how they're mad, they make themselves mad and angry. I'm like, wow, this acting. And this man comes out, I was like, you're gonna be broomed. I'm like, I'd rather get raped every day of my life. The life that you live? Oh God. I will never trade places with you. You can eat, you can sleep, you can eat, you can live life, but doing this shit, target vigil, we are lucky. Because what if we were them? What if I had to like just bring up some random, oh, you're going to be broomed, to try to make you accept this manipulation and this frame that I'm working on, where I'm utilizing this kid that's only like a 13, 14-year-old kid to frame this person. And I want to deflect. I'm like, God, thank you. If you're in front of me, I'll be like, I'd rather get broomed. God, give me strength for being broomed. Like, give me strength for all the torture. They're going to torture me to the point where they can make themselves forget the reality of how trashy they are. And I'm going to sound like a prophet. Thank you. Thank you. But now give me strength. But when I see them, oh God. You know how, I don't know. I've never felt so superior than somebody in my life. And it's not because I'm richer or whatever. It's just because I know these people are trash. You're just pure trash. You don't even want to look at them. It's like, look, go watch me, go prep your kids. Nasty low life. Target individuals stay strong. I'm so thankful to God. You know, in my mind, they're like, no, but remember what you did in middle school? It's like trash. Stupid. Go groom your kid. So my target individuals stay strong and know that justice will be done for the low life that these people, the low life things they do, the trashing things they do to human beings. They're just the low lives. You could have been them. Just be thankful for that, please. Sufferance is sufferance. We're gonna end. This is gonna end at one point. But can you imagine if you had the option to live a life of dignity, of honor, not even honor, just a regular life where you're not out here just making your child say things like that. That alone. But you choose to do that? God. Thank you, God.